everyone, and welcome back to another Warframe video. You guys know how it is. So if I'm in Warframe, I'm usually showing something off, or I'm doing a versus. And obviously, guys, we are in the Soma Corm today, so we're gonna do the next versus, guys. So I realized after I did Zephyr's versus that I actually completely skipped over Volt. So I am returning to Volt. So to make up for me being dumb and missing. So so to that, guys, we are gonna do Volt today. And Volt, he's pretty obvious, obviously, by his name of what frame he is or what he represents. He is essentially the lightning frame, thunder frame, whatever you want to call him. He's pretty much the element of lightning, electricity, that kind of thing. So he's pretty self-explanatory, obviously. Just by his name, his abilities also are very self-explanatory as well. So yeah. So today, guys, we are doing Volt. He is 3 of the beginning Warframes you can pick from. If you want my honest opinion, unless you're a new player to Warframe, I do suggest picking Volt. Just because he does the most amount of damage right off the bat and everything. He's a really good frame for damage, guys. So, that's probably one of his strongest suits, but also the fact that he can stun really easy as well. He's perfect for stunning the enemies, so it gives you some more time to do whatever you need to do, you know, kill him or whatever. So yeah, guys, so that's just a little lowdown on a Volt. So let's go into the arsenal here so I can show you. So this is my Volt, guys. This is what he looks like normally. So there's no special skin or anything on my Volt Prime, but I stuck with more electric colors, obviously, and he has kind of a cool little effect on him as well. I thought that was cool on him. It looked kind of like lightning, so I figured I would just put it on him. So, and it's actually an obsidian effect, so only PS4 players will be able to get this one. But I think actually you can't get it now. I think that pack is now retired. But yeah. And I got 2 electrifying weapons on me. I figured it fitted him well, so figured I would put those on him. We have Apex and we have Quartz. So Quartz, I'm gonna argue, has probably the best reloading animation in game that we have currently. So definitely check that gun out just because that I might reload just for you guys, just so you guys can see it because it's really cool. But anyways, so obviously his abilities are on the right hand side, or they always are. So we have Shock, Speed, Electric Shield, and Discharge. So obviously, like I said earlier, he's very self-explanatory. His abilities are very self-explanatory as well. So he's not a hard frame to understand at all, at any point. Oh, another thing I should also mention is that you can get regular Volt in your dojo as well. So he's one of the frames you can get from the dojo. If you guys have a dojo that has the Tenno lab completely done and stuff like that. So he is one of those that you can build yourself. So if you don't pick him at the beginning, you'll be totally fine because you'll be able to build him anyway. So, but I do highly suggest picking him if you guys are more into attack and stunning your enemies. He's definitely more for you over Excalibur. But totally pick Excalibur if you're brand new to the game because he is the easiest. He's one of the easier frames to understand. So, yeah. Alright. So, something I should mention about Volt. Obviously, his shield is higher than his health. So, I'll just point that out right now. And I believe my Volts are pretty close, like, in shield and health range. Because I pretty much mod my frames with essentially the same, like, 6 mods that are always on my frames. So, it really just depends how you mod them, obviously, though. But I just wanted to point that out for you guys. So, anyways, so I think we should pick some Corpus because Corpus aren't only weak to electric attacks, but they're also they also feel like they fit better. So I do have some corpus text set already, guys, as you guys can see. So we will just do that. And here we go. So, first ability, shock. It's literally what it means. It is a shock of lightning. As you guys can see, it's just one single shock of lightning, essentially, is what shock is. This is what I mean, guys. He's very self-explanatory, his abilities and just him in general. So that's another reason why I do so highly suggest you pick him too, because he's one of the easier ones to understand. Like Mag, she's decent. You can sort of understand her abilities off the bat. Excalibur, you definitely can learn his abilities pretty quickly, and then, but Volt, he has the most self-explanatory explanation to him, is essentially what I'm saying. So you don't need to really think about it too much to figure out what his abilities actually do and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah. So as you guys can see, shock is literally just a shock. So nothing too special with that ability. I do like to use that ability when I don't have my discharge fully loaded, and I'll talk about that later, actually, because his discharge is actually faster the more you're moving around and not attacking. So I guess I can point this out now, but if you guys can see at the right next to his shield and his health bar, there's a little like symbol right there. That's how many steps he has taken since he's attacked, essentially. So it's kind of a step counter, which is kind of random, but at the same time, it's actually very useful, and I'll tell you guys why in a second. So, as you guys can see, it caps at 1,000, and that is his cap strength for that. So essentially what it's doing is it's counting your steps, and once you get to 1,000 steps, you essentially can give your strongest attack, essentially is what it is. So it's kind of your boost a little bit, I guess you could say. It kind of gives you slight boost advantage. I think that's just his passive ability. He just gathers energy as he walks. So just a little FYI and tip on that for you guys. Alright, so we're gonna grab our energy, and we are gonna spawn them again. Alright, so shock obviously is just a shock. And now we have electric shield. And electric shield is literally what it means. And hold on, guys. I need to kill these enemies to give you guys a better look at it. But as you guys can see, it makes like, oh, now it despawned. Hold on. As you guys can see, it makes like an electric shield. It makes like a little electric force field shield type thing. So it's literally what it is, what it says it is. It's an electric shield. I believe it does hurt enemies as if they get too close to it. But there's something cool about it that you guys should know, that you can actually pick it up and move it. So check it out. So we can actually hold our shield. Oh, that was speed, sorry. I accidentally selected the next ability. But yeah, so you guys can see we can just carry it around with us. So we can have like an extra force field around us, sort of. I hardly actually use this ability just because it's kind of useless to me. But yeah, guys, so you just essentially can use that to your advantage if you want like an extra little shield. Like I said, I barely use it. It's not really an ability I use personally, but you guys are more than welcome to use it if you want a little bonus shielding. And you guys probably realize I pushed my second ability twice. So the second ability is speed. And it literally gives you a boost of speed. But it's not just you. It gives your whole squad a boost of speed. So this ability is fantastic when you guys are trying to get to like extraction or a certain spot. That ability is the best ability to use. And most Volt people that I see that have Volt, they use speed most of the time. That's their ability they're using most of the time. And I mean, it makes sense just because it gives everyone a bonus of speed boost, essentially. So that ability is fantastic if you guys have to get somewhere to a certain point or whatever. But that ability is fantastic for that. So I do highly suggest using that ability, especially when you're trying to get to extraction and a couple of your teammates are lagging behind. Great ability to use. So we got shock, we got electric shield, which essentially is just a giant shield they can carry around with you or place down. And speed, which gives speed boost to everyone, including yourself. So obviously, the last one we have left is the ultimate, the fourth ability, which is always my favorite and always your guys' favorite, I'm sure. So let's spawn in the enemies again. And we have Discharge. And I'll do it again because I have some juice. So there you guys have it. So we had Discharge. So Discharge essentially is what it is. It has you discharge the energy you've been saving up on your counter there next to your shield. So that's what Discharge is good for. That it is good for discharging that energy that you have been saving up on your little counter up there beside your shield. So that is why you need that counter. Because Discharge actually gets stronger the fuller it is. And I believe your this ability, your shock, also can, yeah, so it gives you a bonus in damage, essentially, is what it does. With how much you move around and everything. And like I said, the cap is 1,000, and it's very useful with Discharge and shock because it can give you some extra boost in power on those. So it is a very awesome passive to have, I think, honestly. Because you are majority moving around most of the time, and as long as you don't attack, you don't waste it. So I'm just gonna put my energy up so you guys can see Discharge a little better. So essentially, Discharge is us discharging that energy that we've been saving up. So it's a big giant shockwave that we just released from us, and it stuns most enemies that are nearby, and can kill them as well. Obviously, you guys saw that. You guys saw that I killed a majority of the corpus with it. So that ability is fantastic. That is probably his best ability, I would argue. Also, speed is a great one, and shock is a great one. So he's a pretty good frame overall. I would definitely say that. Like I said, electric shield, I don't use that one as much. I've seen people use it when they're Volt, but I honestly have no interest in using it. So, but it's up to you. You guys play as you want to play. I mean, I'm not telling you how to play. I'm just telling you how the abilities work and if we can find anything different in them or whatever. But yeah. So while we're here, I'll let you guys see how we reload quartz here. See, check that out. That is probably the coolest reload animation we have in game. Undoubtedly. So guys, if you want a cool gun that reloads really cool, get quartz. So, there we have it, guys. There's the main abilities, and Bolt, just generally Bolt. Obviously, we're going to switch to a regular Bolt now. So, to regular Bolt. And I'm actually going to switch to his other scheme. Because his other scheme is actually his deluxe skin. So, alright guys. So, this is regular Volt. And this is his deluxe skin. It is a pretty interesting skin. It's very unique. It's kind of like metallic-y type of machinery type thing. Like he's a generator or something like that. I'm not quite sure what they were going for. But that's kind of how I would describe him. He's kind of like a walking generator thing. But but yeah, guys. So this is how his deluxe skin looks. Obviously, mine is colored differently and everything. But yeah, so this is what his deluxe skin looks like. It is really a neat skin. So if you guys like shiny things and stuff, go for it. And as you guys can see, just like I mentioned earlier, his shield is a lot higher than his health, and it's equal for both of them. So make sure you mod their health decent enough. But definitely Volt is a shield frame, definitely. So alright, so let's see if we can find any differences. We usually don't, but we still will check out and see. Alright. So here goes Shock. So obviously, not much has changed on Shock. And then we have Electric Shield. Then Speed. So that's how you guys put it down. You just push the same button you pick it up with and then put it back down. So obviously, guys, there isn't much difference that we can see. I should mention, guys, that my regular Volt is a lot faster than my Prime Volt. So this is why he looks like he's going a lot faster when speed is activated. And it's because he has more speed mods on him. So, yeah, so this is what Electric Shield looks like. So yeah, like I said, we're probably not going to find many differences. But it's still fun to look. Let's see if we can find any. And obviously my Volts have different colored energy, so they're gonna have so you're gonna just see that immediately. But let's go back up here. We do have all of her Discharge, all of her energy, so I think we're gonna respawn them again and see how Discharge is with him. changed. Nothing's much different or anything. It's just pretty much my energy color that's different. But, and like I said, my regular Volt is a little faster than my primed one. So that's why when he had speed activated, it looked like he was going a lot faster. I'm not sure why. I think it's because I might have a speed mod on him, most likely. So, but let's do Discharge for the heck of it. So yeah, as you guys can see, it's exactly the same. It's just that big wave of energy, and we let it out, and there you go. So there you have it, guys. There is Volts for you guys. Like I said, he is one of the 3 first frames you can pick from. I do highly suggest picking him or Excalibur, depending on if you're a brand new player or not. Definitely Volt is a really good frame overall. Like I said, you can get him from your Tenno lab, from your dojo, if you guys have a dojo that is complete with has the Tenno lab and it's complete. You can totally build him if you don't pick him first thing. But, yeah, guys. So there you have it. There is Volt, the master of electricity, lightning, whatever you want to call him. And, yeah, guys. And I hope to see you guys in the next video, obviously. Or the stream.